My money don't jiggle jiggle. So, I don't know how to explain this, but this is the new project for the channel. This is a brand new little ripper. Its engine is probably the size of my palm. I could probably grab it in my hand. This thing looks like it could power a good old whippersnipper and probably also power up a lawnmower or something. It's got a bunch of problems and I'll explain the story on how we obtained this. So I headed over to Tristan's shop and in the corner he had this thing just chilling there. And I didn't really ask him about it, didn't say anything. And as I was leaving, he was like, hey man, I've got this thing and I just got it off a workmate. Did you want to take it off me? And because it has an engine, a set of wheels, naturally I was like, you know what? I'll take it. I'll fix it. I'll make it my problem.
I don't want peace. I want problems.
So we've had this piece of junk sitting around the garage for the past few weeks now. And I've been telling myself that I'm going to get it running and ride it just for some fun. And that's exactly what we're going to do over the next couple of weeks. First problem is, look at this. I can stick my finger into the tire. So we need 2 brand new tires because the one at the front also has a hole in it somewhere. The thing also doesn't start. I've tried to pull this. I also have noticed it doesn't have any petrol as well, so I'm gonna have to chuck in some 2-stroke, I believe. Yeah, she's pretty empty. So first thing I'm gonna do with it is probably fill it up with some fuel. Gonna do a little bit of research. Smells like petrol already, but yeah, we're gonna get some fuel and see if we can get this thing started, baby. We're back from our local hardware store and I got myself some 2-stroke petrol. I bowled out a little bit. This was $40. 2-stroke oil, sorry. I don't know why I call it petrol. And I also did actually pick up some 95 octane, 5 liters of petrol. This is petrol. So we're gonna have to mix these to about a 32-to-1 mixture. That's what I've read on some of the pocket bike forums. So gonna get mixing. I don't know what I'm gonna mix it in. And I'm gonna chuck it in there and give it a try, start it, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't melt this bottle that probably can't take gasoline.
Quite an interesting color already.
Cheers.
Take a sniff.
Nah, shut up, bro. It's about 20 mil.
You need 25, but
yeah, but then the next level up is 20.
Is 40.
Is 40, so that's about 30 mil. Alright, in goes 1 liter of premix. Tilted towards me more. Who's going in?
It's also spilling.
Ready?
Try that. Oh yeah, thanks.
This is by no means a informative video. Don't follow what I'm doing because I don't know what I'm doing.
Unless of course it works.
Unless of course it works, yeah, but I don't think it's gonna work. Okay. Now because we didn't mix the fuel properly, alright, we almost have this thing ready to go. We have it filled up with probably half a liter of 2-stroke petrol, 30 to 40-to-1 mixture. Pretty big discrepancy there, but yeah, we're gonna turn the key, which also, there we go. I think this is start it on. Yeah, I guess the first thing I'm gonna do is give it a crank. Am I gonna blow myself up?
Pull the spark plug and see if you're getting spark. I don't think...
Oh, what's this? You have a turny thing. That's for the fuel, I think.
It's for the fuel supply.
So maybe I need, because it was all the way on the left.
How did you do that? That's so much resistance. It's not starting, bro.
You don't think so?
Yeah, it's royally cooked.
I was told that this thing will potentially start with some fuel, so I have hope. Crusty bolts. So I've pulled the fairing off and I found this cable right here. It's a red cable and it's not plugged into anything. So I think this might be one of the reasons why this thing's not starting. However, I don't really know where it goes. So I'm gonna try trace it all the way back up. Looks like it goes over here, which is the ignition on off. So I don't know where this thing would go. Any ideas, guys? Let me know. So I found this Russian guy on YouTube and he explains how to start one of these exact engines. And we were trying to pull it with the fuel line closed. So if you go like that, that is fuel line closed. If you go like this. That apparently is the fuel line open, and also here's the choke as well. So apparently you can't start it all the way down, which it was. You got to start it with it all the way up. So he's told us as well to give it a couple of pulls, some light pulls, let the fuel pressure build up, and then give it some hard pulls. So maybe that'll change this thing. See what happens. Oh my God. So I just took the spark plug out and it is covered in petrol. I don't know if that technically means that it's flooded, but I don't know, I might wipe it off and start again. I don't know, or I might need a new one. But the spark plug looks like pretty much brand new. However, I don't even know if it's actually getting any spark. All right, so what we're gonna do now is test to see if the spark plug is actually working. So I'm gonna ground it out, hold it like this, give it a pull. Okay, there's spark, but the spark is real weak. I don't know how strong it's supposed to be.
It's a small 50cc bike, right? So I don't think it should be enormously big.
Yeah, but it's like barely even existent. Maybe I need to cop another L7T.
Maybe spray some Start Your Bastard in there. Fucking just directly into the cylinder.
Alright, she's for sure getting petrol because I just spilled fuel all over the ground. Not good.
Make sure to start it right now.
Yeah, nah.
Set the bike on fire.
It's a pretty dumb idea. What I'm trying to do now is spin the engine with this 1/2" gun and trying to look for spark. And the spark is really weak comparing it to some of the other YouTube videos I've watched, but oh, you can kind of see it there actually. Maybe I'll try to start it with a gun and we'll see what happens. So it's been a few hours. That's why I'm in a different t-shirt, because I was planning to work on other cars today and don't want to get that t-shirt dirty. But I also went ahead and picked up a spark plug. This is a direct replacement from NGK for this exact plug. And I'm just gonna try use this one, see if it creates a bigger spark, because it just doesn't look like it's a big spark at all. I think the issue that's happening is that the bike is not getting any fuel. The motor is just not receiving any fuel, because what I did there was I filled up a bottle cap and I poured some fuel directly in where the spark plug goes, and that's what caused it to fire up just for a split second there. So I think for some reason the carby's blocked. So I'm just gonna rip the engine out and see if I can figure out why the carby isn't sending fuel. The situation has escalated quite a bit from where we started. We now have the motor off the bike. And yes, I don't know what I'm doing. However, we are learning. So I'm trying to understand why this thing isn't getting any fuel. It doesn't entirely make sense because it seems like everything in there is all coated in fuel. However, I just took the exhaust pipe off and it is just covered in all this black oil, probably from past starts and all that. And maybe the exhaust was just so blocked up to the point where this thing was just not gonna start. So it was probably holding some of the flow of air back. However, we did hear it run through. So I might just try to clean out the mufflers and all that, as well as try to understand why this thing is not letting fuel go down in. Okay, so I may have made the discovery on why this is not getting any petrol. So pull that little valve off that I was talking about that lets fuel in, and I don't know if you can see there, but the valve right there is absolutely clogged up. So this is literally doing nothing, it seems. So I'm gonna pull these two screws off and hopefully we can clear this gunk out. And there's also a bit of gunk just at the bottom through to the engine there as well. That's probably gonna be the reason why this thing's not starting, because it's just simply not getting any petrol. So yeah, look at that. It's not getting any fuel. Engine's mounted, exhaust is mounted, not going to bother putting the rest of the fairing on. However, I'm going to attend to this because as I was pulling the fuel hose off the engine, it decided to just snap on me. Look at this, you ready? Oh, I can't crack it, but the other top bit cracked it. It cracked pretty easy. So what I'm gonna do is replace this with just some vacuum line that I've just got chilling around, just for the meantime. Obviously vacuum line can't really hold fuel. If it doesn't start now, boy oh boy, I'm gonna be upset, because I know for a fact it is getting fuel in that little section that it needs to get fuel in, because I cleaned it out, in and out. I'm really cooking it. Anyway, please start. Oh my goodness. It smells fuely because I've been spilling fuel around everywhere. Give it a couple primes. Alright, this is it.
Maybe you shouldn't stand right behind the exhaust either.
I'll have to, because it's in a good place for leverage. Come on! It's gonna start! Come on, bro, you got this! Come on, fam! It made a different sound. What's that? Honestly, feeling a little bit defeated. I've been spending most of the day trying to get this damn thing started. But I was just on the phone to Peter, and he has a lot of experience with bikes and all that, and he reckons to just pull the carby off and clean everything out of there. So in the next video, I'm gonna go ahead and try clean out everything out of the carby, and potentially that's gonna let this thing idle because it's guaranteed not getting fuel. We're cranking it. It only ever will turn over a little bit with a little bit of fuel poured into where the spark plug hole is. So yes, a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. We're gonna give it another shot in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any tips on how to get this thing started, let me know in the comments down below, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Hopefully we get started in the next video. See ya.